9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
It is Wednesday, and you know what that means? It is Timeless Elite Wednesdays with your PR princess, Stone Cold Courtney, whatever you want to call me on this Wednesday edition of AEW Dynamite, because they're going to be in Canada for the next 2 weeks, kicking off at Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Just wrapping up the Big Bang Theory here, because we do have a stacked card. We have a contract signing. We have a trios match in the men and women's division. We have Pac versus Will Ospreay. So much happening on the road to AEW Dynasty. Friendly reminder, tomorrow AEW Collision will be on tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and also TNA. And it looks like, looking at Tony Schiavone, it looks like we're wasting no time for this contract sign to happen. They ain't wasting it. And of course, they had to do it in Winnipeg, Manitoba, because that's where Kenny's from. He's Canadian. They got to do it at Kenny's home country. I don't know if there's a pyro malfunction, but it is live TV. I guess they did the intro to Dynamite. That was too funny. But yeah, it's live TV. It's live. But oh my God, the fans in Canada are crazy. But yeah, we're going to be in Canada between this week and next week. It's going to be a fun time. And hard to believe. Oh my God! No way! Is that who I think it is? Oh my God! I didn't think it would happen, but it's him! It's Chris Jericho! I didn't think it was true because it is April Fool's Day, but look at him! He looks so nice with his hair! I'm sorry, I'm like geeking out, by the way. I can't believe that's Chris Jericho! I'm going with Judas. And it makes sense because it is in his hometown of Canada. I can't believe Chris Jericho! You can tell I'm very excited. Oh my God. And he has a purple suit. Well, we were supposed to have a contract signing happening. Oh my goodness, is that his dad in the audience? That has to be his dad in the audience, because he's always in the front row whenever Chris is. And just for the record, his dad used to play hockey back in the day. But I'm very curious as why Chris is here, because the last time we saw him, I knew it, Jeffrey. I know, but I was very skeptical of Chris because people were kind of downing him, but he was on one of CBS shows last week. Obviously, he has Talk is Jericho podcast. And I guess the cruise, we shall see what happened with his cruise later this year. But I'm happy to see Jericho back in his hometown of Canada. Very curious on why he's out here, because he has history with both Kenny Omega and MJF. And then obviously you got to throw in Don Callis, because Don Callis tried to get Chris Jericho to join in the family. Last time we saw him, he was in a deranged state when he was with the Learning Tree of Big Bill and Brian Keith. Wow. Chris Jericho. Oh my goodness, Chris Jericho. I'm very curious what he has to say. Let's all be quiet and hear what the Ayatollah of rock and roll has to say. He does look in great shape, Jeffrey. Let's hear what he has to say. Obviously. Thank goodness the letter tree is over. Oh, Jeffrey. Come on. He's trying. He's drinking it in, man. To all the people in Winnipeg, he's drinking it in. And it's funny they did it out of all days, April Fool's Day. They're saying welcome back. I love that Jericho. Drink it in, man. He's drinking it in, man. What's he gonna say? He has a microphone in his hand. What's he gonna say? He's home. He's home. He says he's home. That is so crazy. Because I was like, what is up with the pyro? And we see Chris Jericho. My God. Jeffrey, why you gotta say it like that? I mean, it would be kind of funny if he did say that, since it is April Fool's Day today. That would be kind of, I kind of would chuckle a bit. But he says he's home. Oh, look, and that's his dad. And that's his family. That's like, it's probably his family and close friends in the front audience. Oh, John Moxley. Oh, we see Will Ospreay beating up on John Moxley. We know that Will Ospreay's face off against Pac later on tonight, but he really, really wants John Moxley. And that's the first time I've ever seen anybody attack. One of the few, let me rephrase that. One of the few times you ever see John Moxley get attacked backstage. And man, he put the crap out of Wheeler Yuta. Marina's trying to get involved. If I were her, I would back off, because Will Ospreay would kick you right in your shin. I'm just saying. I mean, I know, Marina, you're the problem solver, but you make it. My God, I can't believe it. Chris Jericho. Well, oh, so it looks like, because I think we had it looks like Nigel is filling in tonight, Nigel McGuinness, and they're bringing out the Burberry carpet for the reigning AEW World Champion MJF. I'm still a little flabbergasted that Chris Jericho came back. And out of all days, April Fool's Day. And we were saying, but Hope and I were saying this on AEW Dynamite. I was like, if he comes back, great. If he doesn't come back, hey, that's fine too. Yeah, he's here. But also, there's another guy from Canada that's here. That is Kenny Omega. And he's in his wrestling gear because we know Kenny Omega is going to be in action a little bit later on, where he teams up with Jack Perry and Brody King to take on the Demand. And it's going to be interesting because we did see Ricochet do a promo backstage last week. We saw him interact with Don Callis on the footage from Collision, where actually it was from Ring of Honor and MLW. Yes, Renee is from Canada. Can't forget about the Canadians. I'm laughing at MJF's reaction. He's sitting behind his chair in his glasses and everything else. And don't forget, Jeffrey, Speedball Mike Bailey is also from Canada too. Can't forget about Speedball. And Edge and Christian, yeah, Edge and Christian, they're, oh, well, we know Edge and Christian are from Canada. They're Canadians. But, yeah, here comes Kenny Omega. Like I said, he's going to be in action a little bit later. And like I said earlier, per Mr. Bossman, there can be no physicality with them two. But let's hear what Mr. Jerk has to say, because I know he looks like he's getting ready to sign. And then Kenny, he signed, which looks too good to be true, but they both signed on the dotted line. Let's hear what Kenny has to say, because Kenny has a microphone. Oh, I lied. It's MJF. Oh yeah, he's talking about what happened to him last year, and the year before that. Kenny's trying to make a case, but I did say Will Ospreay is going to be the guy to do it. That's later in the year. We'll not for Kenny to be champion, but I'm betting on Will Ospreay. Looks like MJF's not breaking a sweat. No, he meant to laugh. He meant to laugh. Jeez, talking about Canadians. Canadian. Yeah, Canadians. Canadians. Jeez, you had to call him that? I mean, I know they're the tag team, the Golden Lovers. That is true. I think Kenny has mentioned that before. The same spot that Okada and Don Callis targeted. Jeez. Well, you can't touch him. You can touch him with the table. But you can't. I know MJF really badly wants Kenny to do it. Well, here goes Speedball. Speedball is Canadian. Speedball Mike Bailey. Hey, Canadians got to stick with each other. So at least Speedball. And let's see what Mr. Speedball has to say. He's got a point there. He's kind of got a point there, Speedball. Living legend in Canada, by the way, by Canadians. By Canadians. Why do I feel like there's going to be a match between these two? See, why not? Speedball. Oh man, he doesn't like it when people grill on him. He grills on it's funny, he grills on everyone else. But when they grill on him, whoo. Oh, so it is going to be the main event. Jeez. Of course he was going to say that about America. I'm surprised he didn't say the American Devil, but that's going to be the main event. A non-title match, by the way. Speedball Mike Bailey taking on MJF. We did see his partner, Kevin Knight, last month take on MJF one-on-one for the AEW World title. American Hero works great. I was going to say that. I said American Devil. But yeah, it'll be... Okay, so it's an eliminator match. It'll be the main event. MJF versus Speedball Mike Bailey. Which makes sense because we got a lot of people from Canada. Kenny Omega, Speedball Mike Bailey, Renee, Edge and Christian. Oh, yeah, and also Don Callis is from Canada too, by the way, if anybody matters. But we have a trios match happening right now because we do see Kenny Omega. We see Ricochet and the Gates of Agony and the Demand. And it's going to be very interesting because I mentioned this earlier on WWT Live. I will be at WrestlePro this weekend. It'll be WrestlePro's 10th anniversary show. And also, the Demand will be there. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see. Like, the entire Demand will be there. My guys, Anthony Bowens and Max Caster will be there. So it looks like it's looking up to be a solid show. But here comes Brody. Here comes Brody. Because Brody, he's had issues with the Demand as well. No, it wasn't. Nope. Yep. Boza, Sydney Akeem. Sydney Akeem. But yeah, we have our first match to kick off. They're just waiting on the new AEW National Champion, Jack Perry. Ricochet had some interesting words to say regarding after his loss. I mean, I'm still flabbergasted that Chris Jericho came. I didn't even think it was gonna happen. I thought it was like an April Fool's joke, but here we are. I'm still trying to get over that. It was crazy. And then we kicked off with the contract signing. So we shall see. But yeah. I'm just really much I still can't get over that. But yeah, we shall see what happens. And now we have our first match, and who knows what action we'll have as we continue the road to Dynasty. But I hope everybody's having a wonderful Wednesday. It has been a very, very interesting. It's been a very interesting Wednesday, and it's hump day. But here comes the new AEW National Champion, Jack Perry, making his way to the ring. I'm very curious on who's going to be his next. I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll run it back with him and Ricochet, but we shall see. It has. It was like I was trying to avoid it. And yeah, I know we're going to talk about NXT tomorrow. I know my siblings at the Kayfabe podcast are going to talk about this. And you would think April Fool's Day would be harmless because it's full of jokes or anything. I know, Jeffrey, you missed Luchasaurus, but he's still recovering from his injury. Hopefully we get to see Jurassic Express soon in the tag team division because they were former tag team champions. But here we go. We got our first match underway. We got a trios match. We have Kenny Omega teaming up with Brody King and Jack Perry, the new AEW International Champion, taking on The Demand. We're going to have Bishop Kaun starting things off with Kenny Omega. But I hope everybody had a wonderful Wednesday. I mean, we're in the first day of April. Yes, it's April Fool's Day, but also April showers will bring you May flowers. Not sure if you heard that term, but we're fully in spring where the weather is starting to warm up just a little bit. But hard to believe. Like I said, I'm going to have to post a reaction video later after this whole thing with Chris Jericho. It's like insanity. I just can't believe it. But I'm very curious on what else is going to be in store. Oh, yes. WrestleMania, 2 weeks. WrestleMania will end. And also today, the sequel to the Super Mario Brothers movie is out today. I'm actually going to plan to see it this weekend because it does look really good. And I love Mario too. I played Mario when I was a kid. So obviously, of course, I'm excited to see the Super Mario Brothers movie. But feel free to put in the chat on who you guys got winning this trios. Do you have The Demand walking away? Or do you have Kenny Omega, Brody King? Sorry, I'm laughing because Brody King just woofed right in front of Ricochet. You look so scared. Or do you have Kenny Omega, Jack Perry, and Brody winning? Ricochet was so scared. Yes, Boza, I did say at the top of the hour, tomorrow AEW Collisions tomorrow at 8 p.m. So please set your DVRs, reminders, anything. And also with the fact too, TNA is also tomorrow as well. Needs to be taken. Yeah, I know. And also, it's nice to see Nigel McGuinness. It's nice to see Nigel McGuinness back on commentary. Because I know Bryan Danielson was doing it, and then Taz was doing it for a little bit, but happy to see Nigel. And I know tonight they're doing a double taping of Dynamite and Collision, which makes a lot of sense. Double taping tonight, and they get some time for the weekend. Look at Jack Perry. What's he going to do here? Doing a moonsault and took out almost everybody in the trios match. Lewis, no, Jack Perry's not Samoan. But happy to have you in the chat. I can't believe it. Jack Perry did a moonsault, took almost everyone out. Well, there's Brody King and Ricochet. Yes, that too. I think JR is doing okay because I know he had to deal with a lot of health issues, but I think he's doing okay. I think he only comes occasionally on AEW, especially in the most important matches, the main event. He was at All in Texas last year. I'm hoping he's there at All in Wembley Stadium. But he's taking his time. Oh my goodness. It looks like it's trying to be a suplex, but it's like almost everybody's joining in. Because the Demand tried to suplex Jack Perry and Brody King, but it looks like Kenny's joining in. Triple suplex. That was pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Yes, Boza, Jericho actually did return. I am going to post a reaction video. I still can't believe it that he returned. Oh, Ricochet's team. Oh my goodness, that's going to be it. Ooh, Jack Perry thrown outside the ring. Tayo Liona just drilled. He drilled poor Jack Perry. But now we know our main event is an AEW Championship Eliminator match. We know the main event is going to be... Oh my goodness. Well, Lewis, I'm sorry if I missed that. Yes, Liona is Samoan. But just to let you know, our main event is going to be MJF versus Speedball Mike Bailey in an AEW title eliminator match. It's going to be very interesting in the main event. Obviously, of course, Speedball is from Canada, so guys, show love to our Canadians. But as I said, you're hanging out with me for 2 hours of AEW Dynamite. We're kicking off with the men's trios match. We have Jack Perry, Kenny Omega, and Brody King taking on the Demand. Later on, we have Pac taking on Will Ospreay in a highly anticipated match because we know Will Ospreay will be facing off against Jon Moxley. And we did see Will Ospreay beat up on not only Jon Moxley, but also that runt Wheeler Yuta. And also, we do have the ladies, 2 of my ladies, the Brawling Birds and Mina Shirakawa taking on the Triangle of Madness. So much happening. And we're not that far off from Dynasty. We're not really that far off. It is next Sunday, which is crazy. And also a fact too, there will be a watch along for AEW Dynasty. So just to let you know. Oh, Jeffrey, I was very skeptical about that because it's nothing against some of these so-called dirt sheets because sometimes it's like, it's never true. And I kind of took things with a grain of salt. I said, if he does come back, great. If he doesn't, I'm okay with that too. But I don't know. It's just, it's just one of those things that I'm always taking things with a grain of salt. Because, of course, you're not going to get it right the first time, but you want to make sure you're very accurate and everything comes at a price. But, yeah, I'm going to have to post a reaction video. That's my speculation. Well, Jeffrey, you did speculate. You did speculate on that, but I wasn't buying it either. I was just kind of like, yeah, I said, if he does come back, great. If he doesn't, then, well, that's fine too. But he says he's home. Very curious on what's he going to do. And also, is he going to have an interact? I mean, look, I know everybody says, well, I don't want to see the dirty tree and all that stuff, but I'm very curious if he's going to have an interaction with Big Bill and Brian Keith. And it just has to be a backstage segment. And he doesn't have to go back to the learning tree. They could do, something else. But it would be interesting just to see that interaction with all 3 of them. And also with the fact, too, not just his music, he was also still doing his Talk is Jericho podcast. So, he did also did his Talk is Jericho podcast because he did have a few people from AEW on his podcast recently. I know one of them was Thekla, and he had a few other people. But speaking of that, we're back live with AEW Dynamite from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. We're kicking off with the men's trios match. We have the Demand taking on Brody King, Kenny Omega, and Jack Perry, the new AEW national champion. Oh, man. See, the Gates of Agony are working so well. I think after this whole situation with FTR and Edge and Christian, I would love to see the Gates of Agony get an opportunity for those belts. I know they did when they faced off against Hurt Syndicate, which was a solid showing. It wasn't like a squash match, but I would not mind seeing the Gates of Agony get back in the tag team race. Not with just AEW, but I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing them in the Ring of Honor space. I know they challenged for the New Japan Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championships back in February. So very happy to see it. And both men are down. Kenny Omega's trying to put the tag in. All the fans are on their feet. And Jeffrey, it's funny you mentioned that because I know the Hurt Syndicate is a little bit on a break because we know Bobby Lashley's recovering from an injury. They all signed new deals with AEW. It's just a matter of time on when they're going to make a return. And who knows? They may make a surprise return during the Owen Hart Cup men's tournament. You never know. But the Hurt Syndicate, they're going to be okay. They're going to come back and they're going to do what they do best. They're going to do what they do best. And hurt people. That's their mantra. They're going to hurt people. But going back to this match, we do see Ricochet. Double team by Bishop Kaun and Ricochet, but Kenny Omega stopped it. Oh, that was an insecurity on the Ricochet. It looks like Kenny is not breaking a sweat. It looks like when he wrestling now, it looks like he's not breaking a sweat. Liona trying to take out Brody. Guess that didn't help. Oh, the kick. That was a nasty kick that Kenny made. Super, super nasty. Kenny Omega trying to get the fans on their feet. And same thing with Brody. Yeah, I know. He looks like he's moving. Cannonball by Brody King. And I know he also still has issues with Swerve Strickland because Kenny Omega called Brody King the most dangerous man in AEW. So I'm sure there's still a lot of grudge between Brody and Swerve. Bishop Kaun with the counter. Okay, so AEW Collision, we're going to see FTR in action tomorrow night. We're also going to see Juice Robinson taking on Tommaso Ciampa after what happened last week. We're going to see the Divine Dominion, the women's tag team champions, in action. We're also going to see Jon Moxley taking on Anthony Bowens in a Continental Championship Eliminator match. So excited for that. I'm not going to lie. I'm excited. Huge for Anthony. It's not the first time that he's faced off against Jon Moxley. Oh, Megan. Oh, Jeffrey. You're like one of Megan Bain's biggest fans. Ooh, incoming by Ricochet onto Brody. Ricochet's not done yet. Oh my goodness. 450 splash. 1, 2. Quick kick out by Kenny Omega. Oh my God. Boza, please don't get my hopes up because honestly, if Anthony does that, I would be screaming at the top of my lungs. And also, I'm going to be seeing him on Saturday. So, you know, I would be very excited. She can play Jeffy with Megan Bain. Oh, I've seen Megan Bain's size. And she's on the market, by the way, too, folks. Just saying. Here comes Jack Perry, the new AEW national champion. Taking out Liona. What's Jack Perry going to do here? Yep, he's been... Oh, and the Gates of Agony caught him. And here comes Brody. Oh, my goodness. Jump for a big guy. He literally went... For a big guy, he literally went through the ropes. For a big guy. And shout out to Jordan from Canada in the group. Shout out. Happy to show some love on a Wednesday. Ooh, that was a nice move that Ricochet did. Trying to take out Brody. Ricochet's trying to take out anybody to help out Kenny. Took out Mr. Brody King. Now it's just him and Kenny Omega. Yes, Jeffrey, Brody King is amazing. Ooh, 450 slash, but missed. Bang. Is Kenny going to end it right here? Ooh, that was a nice counter by Ricochet. Both men are down. Everybody's down. Every person is down. This is actually a good match to start off, by the way. And there's a lot of things happening. Obviously, Jack Perry has his issues with the demand. Obviously, Brody, he's still on his quest to find AEW Gold, but helping out with the demand as well, because I'm sure he's had issues with Ricochet. And then, of course, Kenny Omega. Oh, my God. Liona and Brody King went through the announcer's table and it broke in half. And Ricochet's face says it all. His facial expression. I'm so happy Justin Roberts got out of harm's way. Oh, man. Ooh, that was a kick. One, two. Quick kick out by Kenny. What a collision, no pun intended. That's a tell. Somebody has to tell Brody he's not a cruiserweight. Ooh, Jack Perry with that kick. And Ricochet trying to get the AEW national title. But there, it's like a tug of war. Ooh, took out Jack Perry. Ooh, I really thought Ricochet had Kenny. I really thought he was going to pin him. Because if he did pin Kenny, that would mean Ricochet's in line for AEW World title. Fascinating. But bang! He's going to end it right here. One winged angel. That has to be it. Your winners. Kenny Omega, Brody King, and Jack Perry. Accidental. But very curious on who's going to face off against Jack Perry. Who's going to be, I mean, outside of Ricochet, who's going to be the next challenger? Oh, that was a nice match. But then, of course, we are the main event for Dynasty, which actually makes sense. I mean, I wanted Edge Christian to be in the main event, but I guess you got to find out starting hot. But we have Kenny Omega, MJF, the AEW World Title Dynasty. We now know our main event's going to be an eliminator match for the AEW World Title. Oh, and we're going to hear from the TBS champion. She is the face of TBS, by the way. Willow Nightingale's putting on a challenge for her TBS. So she's putting on a challenge on Collision. She's putting a TBS Championship Open challenge. And I like that. I like that she's doing that. Who's it going to be? Could it be from AEW? Could it be from New Japan? Could it be from CMLL? Could it be from Ring of Honor? Oh, and we have another Canadian, Miss Renee. Oh, Edge and Christian are in the building. And there they are with steel chairs in hand. No pun intended. Was he really going to hit Renee? Why would you? Christian, what's wrong with you? You were really going to hit Renee? Come on now. You know who she's married to. She's married to Mox. Come on now. Is Christian really insane? He was going to hit. I know. He really was going to hit Renee. was really gonna hit her. I mean, could you imagine? I know Mox is in character with the Death Riders, but could you imagine if he did hit his wife? Hit his wife? He would be irate. He wouldn't even care about the Death Riders. He was like, "Why are you hitting my wife, dude?" But anyways, up next, we're gonna have the anticipated match: Pac versus Will Ospreay. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people are saying Dani Luna if she shows up, because we did talk about that she requested a release from TNA. But it could be anybody. It could be from Ring of Honor, New Japan, Stardom, anybody. So, Willow Nightingale. And it looks like a really good card for a Collision tomorrow that I'm really excited for. It's really hard because Thursday, it's like, which show do you watch first? Do you watch TNA or do you watch Collision? It's gonna be very, very interesting. But I'm laughing at the comments on here. It's, I would love to be Tommaso. Oh, Jeffrey. I'm just laughing at these comments on here because, you know, it's Wednesday and everything else. And yes, Jeffrey, we now know Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor will be in Maryland on May 15th. It will be in Maryland. So, super awesome. That's going to be in Maryland. Jeffrey says he's going to watch TNA. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because it's like tomorrow, it's like TNA or Collision. But yeah. Yeah, Boza, I'm 2 hours from Maryland. I'm 2 hours. I am 2 hours from Maryland, which actually is a nice city, by the way. I've been to parts of Maryland. I've been to Baltimore. I've been to National Harbor. There are a lot of good places in Maryland. I don't know, because I feel like my calendar for wrestling is just getting piler and piler by the minute. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing because, of course, next month, Double or Nothing's coming to Queens, New York. AEW Dynamite's coming to Philadelphia after Double or Nothing. Obviously, of course, All In Wembley Stadium. That's like a must for me. I know, Jeffrey. Yep. It's crazy, but yeah. It's really crazy. But thank you all for joining with me on a Wednesday and starting off their adventures in Canada, AEW, because they're going to be in Canada this week, next week, obviously for Dynasty. But yeah, Edge and Christian. Oh, Lordy. They're coming in with steel chairs. Wait. What is Rocky and Trumperetta doing? He told him to shut up. And it's crazy. FCR is going to be in Collision tomorrow. What's Christian? Christian got that steel chair. Well, they said they're going to attack anybody that was in their way. So they took out both members of the Don Callis family. Hey, look. Just for once, Christian did something right. Oh, man. Christians. I feel like the Don Callis family always, some members of the Don Callis family always, well, you know what, Jordan from Canada, to be honest, I feel like almost everybody from that roster, from the Don Callis family, is picking a fight with almost everybody from that roster. Don Callis made a deal with MJF, took out Darby Allin last week, obviously targeting Kenny Omega, obviously, and of course, Young Bucks and Jack Perry. Yes, he does. He has a new member, and also holding the CMLL World Heavyweight Championship, Hechicero. But we got another big match, another big marquee match happening tonight on AEW Dynamite. We have Pac taking on Will Ospreay. You can imagine a lot of chaos happening in this match. I suspect probably afterwards with the Death Riders. And look, Renee Paquette's doing sideline reporting. Oh, and I love if you see behind her, there's a fan that has a sign that has Orange Cassidy's face. Yeah, it's an interesting backstory. It's gonna be very interesting tonight, and also tomorrow night, because my guy Anthony Bowens is facing off against Jon Moxley in an AEW Continental Championship eliminator match. Which, honestly, if he were to win, I would be jumping off the edge of my seat, like in the worst way. But here comes Will Ospreay, because he will be facing off against Jon Moxley in a non-title match. Against Jon Moxley at Dynasty. And oh man, I guess Pac ain't wasted no time, and he came right from behind. He ran from behind, and of course hit Will Ospreay on the spot. He had his neck surgery. I will not lie. That's pretty smart. Oh man. Jeez, Pac really took it out on him. Jeez. I kind of knew Pac would be the brain buster on the neck. That I would say that is very devious. We do see Dr. Sampson with Will Ospreay. Oh boy. He's supposed to be facing off again. I guess payback from earlier, but whew. Pac is like, I want a match. It's going to be very interesting because he's facing off against Jon Moxley at Dynasty. Oh my. And also, don't be shocked if Will. That is very true, Jordan from Canada. Pac is no mercy. You don't care who you are. But it's going to be very interesting, too, because it's going to be very interesting how tomorrow's going to plan. Because it is Continental Rules. Jon Moxley and Anthony Bowens. And I know Will Ospreay can't interfere because everyone's banned from ringside. But pay attention to Jon's match tomorrow night on Collision. Pay very good attention. But look at Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay getting up and he wants a fight. One of the physicians. Will Ospreay wants to go, but he knows very well his neck. Jeffrey, that's an interesting question because usually for neck surgeries and everything else, they usually take a full year. They take a full year. Because we've seen like neck surgery we had with Kurt Angle, Stone Cold, Lita having neck injuries. They usually take... And it also depends, too, on what type of seriousness in the neck. But normally it takes, like, it depends. And how serious the neck injury is. Because I remember when Kurt Angle was documenting his neck injury after WrestleMania 19. That was hard to watch. And I still have the clip of it when he was on WWE Confidential. Yeah, Bryan Danielson, Nikki Paige. I'll also throw in Mercedes too, because I think she had issues. I don't think she had serious neck issues, but I really thought her neck was going to be broken. Because I thought at one point she had a very serious injury. But yeah, neck injuries are no joke. Actually, any type of injury you have is no joke. But Will Ospreay is willing to go. I mean, we're having Pac take on Will Ospreay, even though Will Ospreay is not at 100%. Oh, man. But, yeah, this is going picture in picture. We're having Pac versus Will Ospreay. But Will Ospreay wants to go. right before his match against Jon Moxley, and I think that's what Jon Moxley wants. He doesn't want Will Ospreay to be at 100%. Shout out to Frederick Cole in the chat. Oh boy. And yes, Frederick Cole, I am a huge Jericho fan. Yeah, Boza, we did talk about NXT. So thank you for that, Boza, because I know I know my siblings at the Kayfabe podcast are gonna talk about this tomorrow with NXT, Raw, and SmackDown. It's gonna be very interesting, their reactions on this. And I did see clips of it on NXT, and I did hear Lola Vice and Kendall Gray put on a really good match. I just have to watch it. The contract signing for the NXT men's, well, I don't know. We shall see on that. But yeah, look, Will Ospreay is showing a little bit of fight. Yay! He's showing a little bit. Yeah, they're showing the updated card for Collision. I think she will. I think Honey will probably share it tomorrow on Kayfabe. But yeah, they're showing the updated card for AEW Collision tomorrow. Obviously, the Divine Dominions are going to be in action. FTR is going to be in action. Willow Nightingale's going to have her TBS Open Challenge. We're also going to see Tommaso Ciampa take on Juice Robinson, especially after what happened last week in Tommaso's match against Ace Austin. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, it looks like a really solid card for Collision, which I'm very, very excited to see. I'm looking on socials on my phone. Everybody's talking about Chris Jericho. I was like, he's back. And of course, they released a new t-shirt of his on socials. They always do that. Anytime a superstar returns or anything else. Anytime a superstar comes back, they always make a t-shirt. Oh yeah, Dr. Britt Baker, because we haven't seen her in a while. Charlie Firstly. No. All right, we are back live with AEW Dynamite. We have Pac taking on a not so great 100%. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I'm going to mute myself. Sorry, I had to mute myself for that because now on socials it's going to blow up. Talking about Jericho. I just find it funny. It's like anytime somebody comes back, they always make a shirt the next day. But yeah, we're back with AEW Dynamite. Oh man, that was an impressive move. I will say he's not 100%, but that was an impressive move Will Ospreay did. Quick kick out by Pac. But feel free to put in a chat on who you guys got winning this thing. Do you have Will Ospreay or do you have Pac winning this? Oh boy. Yeah, oh man, Will Ospreay with that counter for Pac. I know. It's just funny when they do the shirts. Ooh, that was a nice moonsault Pac did, but nice counter by Will Ospreay. Pac got submission hold, trying to target the neck. Ooh, that was a nice brainbuster. Will should win if John doesn't show up. Yeah, if Mox doesn't show up. Ooh, that was a 450 splash. That's only if John doesn't show up. Actually, let me rephrase that. if any member from the Death Riders show up. Let me rephrase that. And also, it's going to be interesting too, because if they're going to do an Anarchy in the Arena match with Will Ospreay taking on the Death Riders, who is Will Ospreay going to team with? Because there's many options there, and some of your other top tier guys, they have other things happening. It's going to be interesting on how this is going to play out, because we know Darby, he's going to have issues with the Don Callis family. He's on his quest for AEW Gold. Kenny, of course, he's facing off against MJF. Because I know there's many people that want a piece of the Death Riders. And there's a few people that he can reach out to. I mean, I don't know how long Hangman's going to be out for, but I wouldn't mind seeing him and Hangman team up to take on the Death Riders. Give Hangman another side quest to do since he can't challenge for the AEW World title anymore. I'm trying to think who else. Oh, try it. Pac. Will Ospreay tried to do a powerbomb, but Pac blocked it. Kick. Moonsault, but nice. Ooh, DDT, but that was on the neck, and you could see that has to hurt. I think you're right. I don't think Will's gonna have any issues finding people. It's just finding people who are the right fit. Yeah, Jack Barry, Brody. I said say Hangman. Also, I'm gonna throw in a tag team in there, and I think it would be a good showing for them. And it's actually a team that has history with the Death Riders. Why not Private Party? Private Party has issues with the Death Riders. We've seen them have a friendship with Daniel Garcia. That kind of makes sense. And it also gives a spotlight to another tag team that's not FTR or the Young Bucks. And plus, Private Party's been there since the beginning. So I wouldn't mind seeing Private Party get down and dirty in New York City. Anarchy in the Arena. I wouldn't mind seeing Private Party get down and dirty. Shout out to Eddie Foster. Jericho. Yes, it's like, it's the night of Jericho. Drink it in, man. But anyways, if you're hanging out with me, we have Pac taking on Will Ospreay. I give credit for Will Ospreay being a trooper because he's not 100%, but he's hanging in there. He is hanging in there. And also, we do have we have two more matches on the card. We have a trios match with the women's division. Mina, Shirakawa, and my ladies, the Brawling Birds, take on the Triangle of Madness. And for our main event, we have an AEW World Title Eliminator match. Speedball Mike Bailey taking on MJF. So those are our big two matches that we have on our card. But I'm not going to lie, it's been good. But yep, Jeffrey, the tape on. Yeah, like you said it. Pac had a strategy. But after seeing Will Ospreay beat the crap out of Jon Moxley backstage, my God. Pac had a plan. Because he's very quiet, but he can also be very dangerous. Suplex off the top rope. Pac, and you can tell Will Ospreay his neck. Oh, Will Ospreay is just a stubborn little Englishman. Because I know his heart is in it, but woo! Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I'm just looking to see if there's any updates because I know outside of Jericho, I'm just very curious on what other things they talked about. Just keeping track of anything that's happening. Oof, oof, oof. But like I said, it's been fun. I know. It's like, and also with the fact too, well, Ospreay is one of the biggest baby faces you have in AEW. So that's why when he's seriously hurt, that's when the whole crowd is silent. But I'm not gonna lie. I know I'm like jumping past the AEW Dynasty, but I'm very curious on what's going to happen with Double or Nothing because we got Anarchy in the arena in Queens, New York. And I'm thinking who's going to take it? Because, I mean, if we know for the women, obviously the Triangle of Madness will have a team. But we're back live with AEW Dynamite. We see Pac taking on Will Ospreay. Pac has been targeting the neck of Will Ospreay all night, which is actually it's a strategy to do. And especially after what happened earlier tonight with Will Ospreay beat the crap out of Jon Moxley. Very few times you ever see Jon Moxley get beat up. Both throwing in punches. But yeah, it's one-on-one. Non-title, by the way. No title is on the line. It's just a non-title. Because I think this point you could throw the Continental Championship out the door because this is personal. This is grudge match, gruesome. Yeah. Quick kick out by Will Ospreay. And also, you know what? And I just thought of this too. You know what would be great if Will Ospreay went through with the men's. If he went through with the men's Anarchy in the arena, you know who else he should put in there? Nigel McGuinness. The reason I say Nigel is because if you paid attention to Collision over the weekend between Private Party taking on the Death Riders, technically Nigel does have some connection there because he teamed with Daniel Garcia before he turned, and Daniel Garcia called Nigel McGuinness a parasite. If Will Ospreay brings Nigel McGuinness on, oh my. So I think there's a lot of people Will Ospreay could pick. It's just you have to make it make sense and at least have some backstory. Because, of course, you said Hangman Adam Page, Brody, Bandino, Jack Perry. I mean, I could see Orange Cassidy because Orange Cassidy has the most experience out of anybody in AEW with the Death Riders. He does. He out of everybody. But yeah, and like I said, Private Party. Private Party is another one that should be doing that. But yeah, that was something that really dawned in my head because I think that would be cool if Nigel was part of that team. And you don't want to mess with Nigel because Nigel can go in the ring. Oh my goodness, is he really? Oh my god! Oh, Will Ospreay landed on his feet, and he did a Poison Rana. Quick kick out, and it's funny because the last time they met was All Out for the AEW International Championship when Will Ospreay was a champ. Nice counter by Will. I will say, even though he's not 100%, he's still going. But I'm not gonna lie, Pac is really Jack. He is jacked up since he came back from injury. And of course, he went for the neck. I don't know how you recover from that. I thought their match at All Out was a little bit crazy, but you're giving this match on free TV. Let's see. Is he going to do a 450 splash? Yep. Will can't move. And Pac, he got the submission hold. What's going to happen here? The only way I can see it if he passes out. Will Ospreay doesn't want to tap, but he's He's fading. It looks like he's fading a bit. I know, Eddie Foster. It could have been the main event, but I don't know. I'm surprised his whole face is not red. That has to hurt. Oh my God, Will Ospreay. He's up on his feet here. Ooh. He collapsed. Will Ospreay. It looked like he passed it out. You can't hear him. Uh-oh. He's fading. Is he gonna? He tried to put his feet on the ropes, but wait, what's it? 3! Oh my God! Will Ospreay pulled off the unthinkable. I know Eddie and Jeffrey. Yeah, you would think this would have been the main event, but I guess they wanted MJF and Speedball. I guess because Speedball's from Canada. I guess they want to put Canadians on the card. I don't know, but. Well, Ospreay got the victory, but he's paying for the price, and Pac is going after that neck. I know I'm jumping ahead to Dynasty, but oh man, he got the blade. He got the blade. Pac is knocked down. Oh yeah, and here comes that little runt Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia. I am going to be very curious because after he has his match with Jon Moxley after Dynasty, because if that's going to be Anarchy in the Arena, oh boy, I am very curious to see what Ospreay is going to have for the guys. He's going to pick. But here comes Jon Moxley. Here comes Marina Shafir. It's a shame Toni Storm is out because she would have attacked Marina Shafir. My lady is out. And Claudio's going to take him out. And this is the exact same move that took out Bryan Danielson. What's Mox doing? I guess Mox wants to be the guy to do it. And Marina has a microphone. What's Mox doing? Mox is like, nope. And Mox has a microphone in his hand. Well, he's right. There's 6 of them and 1 of you. He said, use your head. He said, use your head. He said, don't make it personal. You made this personal at Forbidden Door last summer. I mean, you guys were the ones that took out Will after the match, the unsanctioned like match. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Will, I said this, if it's going to happen with Anarchy in the Arena between these two, Will's going to have no problem trying to find people who want to take out the Death Riders. I'm just saying. But yeah, we have an AEW Continental Championship Eliminator match tomorrow. My guy Anthony Bowens taking on Jon Moxley. We was just cheering for you, Moxley. I know. But it's going to be very interesting. Yep, we got 2 matches left on the card. We have our main event. We have the AEW Eliminator match as our main event. And up next, we got the ladies. Yeah, it's like very hard because you have a women's Anarchy in the Arena. But it's like with the men, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do because I don't know what they're going to do with Anarchy in the arena. I know Dynasty, but I'm just so focused on Double or Nothing. Ooh, if the championship was on the line and he lost, that would be interesting because I will say this. If Anthony Bowens pulls off the unthinkable, he gets a win, he would have an opportunity to go for the AEW Continental Championship. That would be very interesting. Oh, man. And it would be good for Anthony, too, to get some singles gold around his waist. Because I think he would be a good Continental Champion. I'm not going to lie. That would be pretty sweet for me. Because, oh, my God. If that were to happen, oh, my. Oh my God, there's just so many possibilities. So many possibilities. But, we're going to take a quick commercial break because my brain is like I'm just so filled with ideas. I'm thinking in my head, like, how this is going to work. But even though Women's History Month has come and gone, we celebrate women's wrestling all year round. And our very own TK Trinidad created the Women's Wrestling Archive, where we celebrate the past, the present, and the future of women's wrestling.
Women's wrestling didn't just show up yesterday in glitter boots. We've been here the entire time, body slamming through history.
The Women's Wrestling Archive launches 2026, and it's going to pave the way for all women's wrestling.
Because if we don't document it, a man might say he did it first.
This has been a passion project for a very long time. Head over to the womenswrestlingarchive.com to donate $1, $5, or whatever you can. It all goes a long way.
Let's give these women the spotlight that they've always deserved.
Her story belongs in history. Help us preserve it today. Join us at womenswrestlingarchive.com. Support the archive. Support women's wrestling. Donate today.
Support everything for the Women's Wrestling Archive. But we got the ladies in action. Like I said, I have so much in my brain because I know Dynasty, but I'm just so focused on Double or Nothing because so much can happen. Because we can have a men's anarchy in the arena and we can have a women's anarchy in the arena. You just have to make it make sense. And yes, Jeffrey, shout out to the Women's Wrestling Archive too. Shout out to our boss lady, Well. And you know what's crazy? It's not 9:30. It is 9:19. Because everybody says, oh, it's 9:30. It's a women's match. But it's 9:19 and we have a women's trios match. I just hope they give them a good ample amount of time in action. But here come the Triangle of Madness, led by the reigning and defending AEW Women's Champion, Thekla. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want I'll put the free Jeffrey, be nice. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want Thekla to lose the championship. She just has that presence. And you need a strong heel. I mean, I know Megan Bain, she has the tag team titles with Lena Cross, but you need to find some strong heels. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want Thekla to lose the belt anytime soon. But I guess if they're gonna give it to Mercedes, I don't have a problem with it. But she just holds that belt. And allegedly, because I was reading through, there was a possibility of Thekla doing a program with Toni Storm before she got massacred. Unfortunately, she got massacred. But I think it's going to be a good challenge for Creative and Tony Khan, because if you don't have Mercedes and Tony, this gives an opportunity to branch out characters for your other women in that division. And I said this, like, not just in WWT Live, but also in a couple weeks. You have players. It's time for them to really branch out on their own. We know about Willow and Harley. Also, Mina Shirakawa, she does have a good presence. She has a history with Thekla. And these are my gals, the Brawling Birds. See, I need to get a shirt of the Brawling Birds. And as a person that represents the Brawling Birds, I mean, Hey, you get a word from the birds. Oh my goodness. And I kind of like they're building off very slowly the Brawling Birds, because I'm learning a lot about the history of UK pro wrestling. And it's actually a term in the UK that they use. Oi, oi, oi. But I do like the Brawling Birds are forming themselves. Jamie Hayter is a former AEW Women's Champion. And she was also the first woman to give Thekla her first pinfall loss since she's been in AEW. She gave her first pinfall loss, so I would not underestimate Jamie Hayter one bit. Oh, I do like Mina Shirakawa, her hair straightened. It looks so cute because she looks adorable with curls on her hair, but she looks so cute with her hair straightened. But I have a feeling at Dynasty it'll probably be Thekla and Mina meeting again, because I would like to see Jamie and Thekla, but not yet. Not yet. Because I know they still have some unfinished business. But feel free to put in the chat on who you guys got winning. Do you have Mina Shirakawa and the Brawling Birds, or do you have the Triangle of Madness walking away? I mean, you already know. Well, Mina, but obviously you know because of the Brawling Birds. I mean, they're on my team. But Skye Blue. Also, make sure to check out an interview Skye Blue did alongside Kyle Fletcher. It was really cute. It was very cute on the interview that they did together. Make sure to check that out. Tag is made to Alex Windsor, who is the new New Japan Strong Women's Championship. And I'm happy we see the belt on TV. We're seeing the belt on TV. And I'm not complaining. Ooh. Yeah, you don't want to mess with the Brawling Birds. And it's actually a tag team that makes sense. I mean, AEW's done a good job with women's tag team making makes sense, because we have the Divine Dominion, Lita Cross and Megan Bayne. We have the Babes of Wrath. Obviously, the Timeless Love Bombs. But like I said, the Brawling Birds just make sense. And the Sisters of Sin, too. Skye Blue had her foot on the ropes. Jamie Hayter just kicked her foot off. I knew there was something about Jamie Hayter that I love. Like I said, AEW Collision. FTR is in action. We know Edge and Christian have steel chairs in their hand trying to beat the crap. AEW Continental Championship Eliminator match. Anthony Bowens, Jon Moxley. Oh my God. If Anthony pulls off the impossible, oh my. Willow Nightingale's doing a TBS Championship Open Challenge. Thekla really is embracing that heel character. I'm not going to lie. She really is. She really is. I'm not going to lie. Yes, Jordan. I hope he does have something with the Brawling Birds, because I don't want this to mess up. I want this to build slowly. Boza, well, to be fair with Fightful, and here's the thing with wrestling media, you have to learn how to be humble. Don't brag about stuff. Just learn how to be humble. That's just my PSA to wrestling media. No disrespect to Fightful, because of course they did, but don't try to brag about it and be arrogant. And there's not the time or place to do that, because you could be one of the best media outlets in the world, but don't be a complete dipshit. That's all I have to say. That's my PSA. And yes, Jeffrey, I remember when they were comparing Jamie to Becky Lynch, but yes. And I love that thing I love about the Brawling Birds is they're finally embracing being a Brit. And I love that. Embracing the UK Great Britain mentality. I love it. Oh, boy. But it has been a fun, solid night of Dynamite so far. I am very excited. We have a lot. But you're spending time with me. Your timeless elite, your PR princess with ya. Yes, and congratulations to Lady Frost, because we did talk about her earlier today. So happy for her. Well, Boza, to be honest, I could really care less about, no disrespect to Fightful and stuff they do, but, you know, sometimes with Sean Ross Sapp, you just have to learn to be humble and don't be in complete dipshit because, okay, you're right, but just don't be arrogant and petty. That's Wrestling Media 101 for you. Because I don't care how many years you've been in this, learn how to be humble and learn to check your ego out on the door. But we're back alive with the ladies in action. We have Mina, Shirakawa, and my gals, the Brawling Birds, taking on the Triangle of Madness. And yes, Jordan from Canada, I was going to talk about that video because I was cracking up that Don Callis was dressing up as like one of those fans of the media scrum who don't do their homework. I was cracking up so much, even though I can't stand Don Callis. That video was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty funny. Tag is made to Mina, Shirakawa. Let's focus on the ladies. Here comes Mina, Shirakawa, and Thekla. They did meet last week for the AEW Women's Championship match on Dynamite. And these two ladies know each other very well from their Stardom days. So we're running it back to Stardom. And it's going to be interesting because pay attention to this. And also pay attention to see how the crime of Toni Storm is being handled because, see, I wish I was a detective for that case because I would probably figure out the case. Who attacked Toni Storm? And there are so many possibilities. But Alex Windsor, she's showing some grit of how killed off. Exactly. Like, I wish I could be like a detective and just look like, who did it to Toni Storm? Who killed off her spotlight? Oh my God. Thekla and Mina are both down. I got to give credit to all these ladies because all these ladies are really putting up an effort and I love it. And it's right before 9:30. And I love that. I don't even care what area. It's just make it make sense. But I'm happy they're not at the dreaded 9:30. Because give these ladies ample amount of time and they'll be great. But I have a feeling at Dynasty it'll probably be Thekla versus Mina, Shirakawa. That's what I was thinking. It could be Mina because she didn't like my guy freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. But Orange wanted her to fly. Unless you piss him off. But here come the Brawling Birds. Oh my God. These ladies. You messed with the wrong woman when it comes to Jamie Hayter. You messed with the wrong person. Doesn't Thekla know Jamie Hayter doesn't take crap from anybody? 2 birds and 1 stone. Who's going to take the pin? And Julia Hart, she's going to go, ooh, that was a back. Oh man, that was a back. Haterade! Haterade, man! And your winners are the Brawling Birds and Mina Shirakawa. And Jamie Hayter picked up a win over Julia Hart. But did Thekla really think she could outsmart Jamie Hayter? Jamie Hayter knows a thing or two. That's why she's part of the Brawling Birds. And also, as I mentioned, she was the first woman to give Thekla her first pinfall loss. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I mean, I know focus is on Mina, but I low-key want to see Jamie Hayter versus Thekla continue this. We're getting so many grudges. It's like insanity. So, Julia used to be Jeffrey, she is. The Sisters of Sin are still scary. Come on now. But they're showing the grudge match between Tommaso Ciampa and Juice Robinson tomorrow, because we saw what happened last week on Collision with Ace Austin versus Tommaso Ciampa and Juice Robinson. I'm not calling him Mr. Tony Storm. He's Mr. Juice, by the way. Oh my God. It's going to be a good match. Juice Robinson taking out Tommaso Ciampa. I'm not going to lie. That's going to be a banger of a match. I'm very curious who Edge and Christian are going to hit next with steel chairs. I'm very, very curious. Oh, and I was talking about Darby Allin earlier today. I'm surprised that man is still standing after getting a tombstone pile driver by Mark Davis. Oh, goodness. Oh. Uh-oh.
And I hope Kenny Omega beat good at Dynasty. Hell, I don't even care who beats him. As long as someone puts in this self-centered, egotistical bullshit.
Yo, that's Darby for you.
So I'd like to have a little conversation with the devil. So get your ass out here, Max.
And you gotta mention these two have a lot of history. If you remember their match at their feud at Full Gear, I'm just saying, if you remember that whole feud for Full Gear, and he's talking about it, I'm surprised he's still standing after a tombstone pie driver from last week. But I guess I gotta listen to Mr. Peanut Man. And I forgot Don Callis is from Canada, by the way. And I said this earlier. Andrade looks so confused. He's like so confused. What? Man, really? Darby, you're putting that man through so much trouble. Well, Darby Allin just has a skateboard with him, so hey, he might as well use the skateboard as a weapon. Hey. Oh, and here comes Jack Perry and Brody King, because they have issues with the Don Callis family, and also with the fact too Ricochet is working with the Don Callis family, so it kind of makes sense. I wish Bandino was here, because we haven't seen Bandino. Wait, are they paid off? Because I know Brody and Darby have a history together. I know. Very complicated. Wow. because Darby and Brody have some history together. Same thing with Jack Perry and Darby. But here comes Kenny. I guess Kenny gonna be doing some commentary. Yeah, I think, like I said, the Owen Hart Cup men and women's tournament is going to be very interesting. And even with Kenny, Darby and Kenny know each other from the beginning. It's going to be very interesting because, as I mentioned, Darby has history with both Brody and Jack Perry. But Kenny's going to be, it's nice to see Mr. Kenny Omega joining commentary because now we have our main event. And it's hard to believe, well, I don't want to jinx it, but it's hard to believe it's 9:37. Oh my. It's only 9:37. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm just saying, I mean, if they end at 10 o'clock sharp, not after 10, not an overrun, that would be a miracle. I'm just saying. It's 9:37. I know, time is flying. But like I said, where has the time gone? It's been fun spending time with all of you for Timeless Elite Wednesday with me. It has just been so fun being at Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Obviously, of course, we did the card for Collision. We have a solid card for Collision tomorrow, but it's been a solid show for Dynamite. I think we're figuring out some segues. Got to figure out what's next, especially with Will Ospreay, because John Moxley told him to use his head. And that shouldn't be a problem because I'm sure he can find some guys that probably want to beat up on the Death Riders too. So Will Ospreay has many choices to go with. But yeah, we have Darby versus Andrade at Dynasty. Yeah, John Moxley does not want him versus Will Ospreay, but I think Lucifer TNA. Yes, Jeffrey. Collision will be on tomorrow night, 8 p.m. because of March Madness this weekend. So make sure to set your DVR, your reminder, everything else, because not only do we have AEW Collision tomorrow, we also do have TNA. And TNA, we're going to go through the aftermath from Sacrifice. We did see Mike Santana. Appear on NXT last night, teaming up with OTM. Always good to see the reigning TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Very curious on what's going to be next for Mike Santana. We know at TNA Rebellion, he's going to be facing off against Eddie Edwards because he'll be using the briefcase that he got in the Feast or Fired match. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's going to be a fun, interesting journey for Darby Allin. It's going to be a very interesting one for him because there's probably going to be some skeletons out of his closet from the early days of AEW. And it's going to be a very interesting route. And also, who knows? We may get an appearance, even though Sting has retired and everything else, we may see an appearance from Sting throughout his journey. And yes, Jeffrey, they were in New York all this week. Monday night, Madison Square Garden. Last night, they were in New York. But, yeah, we're in main event time. Oh, dear God. If you saw the entrance for MJF, he's really taking that American persona seriously since they are in Canada. Look at the Titantron. Look at the gear. Look at all this. It's not a signature Burberry color. Oh my God. Oh yes, Sting will pop up when needed. He is. Oh my God. The American hero. Oh my God, have you seen his gear? Look at the bald eagle trunks. Oh, Lordy. He's really taking this thing very serious. But that's what makes him good. Oh, my God. Insult to Kurt Angle. Yeah, because I think of Kurt Angle as an American hero. Oh, Lordy. If you see the flag, he has his face. And look at Kenny. He's on commentary. And also, friendly reminder, because I am going to forget, if you did watch WWT Live last week, May 1st, Creative Pro Wrestling, for the first time ever, it will be MJF taking on Nick Nemeth. Because we did see the words that exchanged between those two. So shout out to Brian Myers and everybody from Creative Pro Wrestling, because that match is going to happen. And I know the first row is sold out, second row is sold out. I would not be shocked if they sold out completely, because they have done shows in the past before where it's sold out. But May 1st, we're going to see that match. We're also going to see an appearance from Chris Statlander. We're also going to see Max Caster be there too, along with many others happening. Oh, look at Speedball, because he is from Canada, by the way. So he has to embrace his Canadian. He's got to embrace being that Canadian person. Oh man, well, it doesn't surprise me that MJF is taking out Speedball. He put a cheap shot on Speedball, man. Oh man. I know it ain't gonna happen, but it would be kind of funny if Speedball did pick up a victory and he was able to get a shot in the future. But that was a cheap shot that MJF did. But that would be kind of funny if Speedball... Actually, I would have enjoyed if Speedball got the victory. But feel free to put in the chat on who... see, you think he's... MJF think... Oh, thumb to the eye. See, he think he slipped, shielding the referee. And he better not underestimate Speedball Mike Bailey, because he's got legs of fury. He underestimated Kevin Knight. He underestimated Brody. Don't be shocked if you underestimate Speedball Mike Bailey. But I love... It's funny. Canada versus US. That's a... And MJF knows Kenny Omega can't put his hands on him. You can't put physicality on each other. MJF trying to put a submission hold on the Speedball. I'm laughing at these tweets on TV. MJF is my American hero. I'm just laughing at these tweets. Darby is the one person that I truly believe when he says he's died for that championship. Ospreay versus Pat Cook, and then a cold-hearted message by Mox. AEW Dynamite has been fantastic. The road to Dynasty has been phenomenal. I'm just laughing at some of these tweets that are on TV. My American hero like I know, right? Crazy. I'm just laughing at some of these tweets that are on TV. Well, Speedball show is a firepower. Normally, I would go for America, but I am rooting for Canada. We just have to sing the theme song for Canada. But like I said, it would be pretty funny if Speedball Mike Bailey got the victory. But also, it would be interesting to see, because if Speedball got the win, where is this ugly Kevin Knight? Mimicking Speedball. Speedball Mike Bailey with the legs. Oh no, I wouldn't sing it like that. He does have, just be Speedball had those legs of fury. Ah, thumb to the eye. What? That was a kick. Yeah, that's what I said. Don't be faked by those legs of fury and those kicks. That's funny. Oh man. Quick kick out. I keep forgetting Speed. Yeah, Speedball is barefoot. Ooh, kick to the face by MJF. Oof. It looks like he can't freaking sweat. Yep. He's like, Speedball looks like he hasn't broken a sweat. Obviously, of course, they're cheering for Speedball because, we're in Canada. Well, so far it has been a fun road trip throughout Canada, because we have this week, we have next week in Edmonton, then we get into Dynasty. What's Speedball gonna do here? I know, Jeffrey, that's one of the things, because I'm always nervous when people wrestle barefoot, because either something happens or they stub their toe or their pinky hurts. But I give them credit for doing that. That shows a lot of guts. I don't know if I could wrestle barefoot. Even Marina Shafir wrestles barefoot. Package 1, 2, quick kick out by MJF. Ooh, that was an impressive move by Speedball. Quick kick out by MJF. Kick to the face. Kick to the nuts. I'm sure Nick never. Ooh, that was a nice move. 2, quick kick out by MJF. Oh, Kenny. Ugh, I know that has to hurt. And the fans are chanting, "This is awesome." And it's crazy because Dynamite tonight, they're doing a double taping. Yep, they're doing a double taping for Dynamite and Collision tonight, which actually is smart because this weekend is Easter and they get to spend time with their families for Easter this weekend. Ooh, powerbomb by MJF. 2, quick kick out by Speedball. And that is true. That is true. Yep, they're talking about it for Collision. Oh, we're gonna have the Don Callis family. So we have Mark Davis and Andrade taking on the Rascals tomorrow. Nice. And we have an 8-man team match. Woo! We have and Wheeler Yuta, 8-man tornado tag match. And of course, MJF is putting the middle finger to Canadians. Well, at least I get to see 2 of my people tomorrow. Freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy and Anthony Bowens. I know, that's going to be insanity. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be a good card for Collision tomorrow. I mean, I get to see 2 of my people on there because Orange Cassidy's going to be in a big one because him and Roddy are in a feud with the War Dogs. Anthony Bowens facing off against, oh, nice move by, oh, Moxley's holding, Moxley. Speedball's holding on to his elbow, and I'm hoping it's not seriously hurt. It's crazy. It's really crazy. It's super, super crazy. But I kind of want to see more. I want to see more with Edge and Christian because they're backstage floating around with tables. They hit the Don Callis family, 2 members of the Don Callis family with tables. I meant chairs. I don't know why I said tables. Chairs. I'm very curious who else they're going to hit next. It would be kind of funny if they kind of continue that on to Collision, which possibly may happen, but it would be kind of funny if they just did it on Collision and just hit like people with steel chairs. That would be funny. But yeah, we got a good card for AEW Collision. Yeah, it's shaping up to be a solid card for tomorrow. Obviously, TNA, the aftermath of Sacrifice. But I give credit to Speedball Mike Bailey. And since he came to AEW, he has done a lot of showing, him and Kevin Knight. And the thing I like about it, because even though they're a tag team, they can be versatile and still do singles. So at least they have those personalities where they could be a tag team, but also be singles and keep their personalities. Because I feel like when I see Speedball Mike Bailey, he seems like a really clean up person. But when he's in the ring, he will probably beat the absolute shit out of you. And that's how I feel about Kevin Knight. So there's something there. And that's why I have one of my bold predictions. I have Kevin Knight winning the 2026 Continental Classic this year. Kevin Knight is my winner. So I have him. I have Will Ospreay winning the AEW World Title. I also have Konosuke Takeshita winning the AEW International Championship. And I also do have the Acclaim getting back together by the time Wembley hits. But it's just a matter of time. It's just bold predictions. I was like, we shall see. But before I forget, because we're halfway through this match. And if they end by 10 o'clock on the dot, this would be an interesting April Fool's Day. This would be very interesting. But I do want to thank everybody for joining with me. Yeah, it was a really solid signing. Speedball, Kevin Knight. Now you have Tommaso Ciampa. And I love that they're not like pushing Speedball to the moon. They're working with him slowly and letting people get with him. But yeah, we got 5 minutes left and we're still in the main event. That would be funny to end April Fool's Day if AEW ended on time. That would be a funny way to end April Fool's Day. But that's just me. But yeah, this is the main event. We're going to end this conclusion. Okay, so if Speedball does win, I'll believe it when I see it. I know, right? That would be funny. I mean, that's an interesting way to end April Fool's Day. If they ended at 10 o'clock on the dot, that would be funny. Um. Oh man, that's crazy. Look at it's really interesting seeing Kenny Omega in street clothes doing commentary. So pretty much if Speedball wins, he faces off who's the winner from Dynasty. Speedball landing on his feet. Ooh, that was a kick to the face. Kenny's like, I know that move before. That's funny. Oof. MJF is taking those kicks. Speedball. Oh man, that was a really good move by Speedball. Is he gonna do it? Foot on the ropes, foot on the ropes. He was that close. If MJF didn't have his foot on the ropes, Speedball would have won. Yeah. Even Kenny Omega. Imagine getting kicked. I know, right? How does that taste? And even Kenny Omega said Darby Allin deserves a shot for the AEW World Title. What's Speedball gonna do here? What's he gonna do here? Ooh, that had to hurt. Landing on his knees, that had to hurt. Yikes. Tombstone pile driver. Yep, Tombstone pile driver. And he's done that move on everybody. God bless America. Man, he's really put it on God bless America. And your winner is MJF. And he had to say, God bless America. Oh, man, that was funny. What? I know, Jeffrey. 1 minute left. What is going on here? I just can't believe it. It's 9:59 and the main event is done. And MJF and Kenny Omega can't put their hands on each other. Well, they can't put their hands on each other right before Dynasty because Boss Man said it. But yeah, 9:59. I guess MJF's jaw is like, boop. I guess its jaw is like, boop. Because he had those kicks of fury by Speedball Mike Bailey. But yeah, he's your winner. And him and Kenny Omega are going at it. I'm surprised we didn't get a match. Well, I guess regarding Collision tomorrow, we'll probably get some more matches for Dynamite next week. Yeah, so. And then, I guess I spoke too soon. He's beating the crap out of Speedball, but Kenny Omega can't do anything. Well, here comes Kenny Omega. He's outside the ring, but they can't put their hands on each other. That's the rule. But also with the fact, too, I think we'll probably get more matches next week for Dynamite tomorrow. Yeah, I think tomorrow. Where's he going? Well, Kenny is helping Speedball. Well, yeah, it's going to be very interesting for Canada. Well, that goes night one of their adventure is in Canada, leading up to AEW Dynasty. It looks like Speedball is holding onto his neck, and I'm hoping it's not too serious. Here comes Dr. Sampson. I think something's wrong with his neck. Yep, they did. They did, Boza, because tonight's a double taping tonight. And I think I did say earlier, they are doing double taping. But yeah, we have AEW Collision. We have AEW Collision tomorrow. Whoo, whoo, whoo. And oh my God. And they're going through the card for Collision tomorrow. But yeah, they have to end it on time because they're doing double taping. But I think they learned. This is growth. Oh my God. This is growth. And it's only 2 after 10. And they ended AEW Dynamite early. We never expected this. I guess it's an interesting way to end April Fool's Day. But yeah, that wraps up AEW Dynamite. And it's only 2 minutes after 10. Well, I know, but I think they did it because double taping. Because they're doing it double taping this week and next week. And I know there's some places that are doing double taping. So hopefully with the double tapings, they can learn to end Dynamite and head over to Collision. But yeah, that wraps up Timeless Elite Wednesday with me. It's been a very fun 2 hours where we had started off our 2-week adventures in Canada. And we're almost at the end of our road to Dynasty. I mean, there's a few storylines that are starting to pick up really quickly. Some are still developing. Some are going to be very interesting after Dynasty, leading up to Double or Nothing. Because I'm so focused on Anarchy in the arena, I don't even know at this point. It could be a women's, it could be a men's. Who knows with that? Who knows? But thank you all for joining with me. Yeah, Jeffrey, that's another question. They can finally end pay-per-views not past midnight. That would be great. If they could end it at 11 o'clock, I will be happy. I will be happy. But anyways, thank you for joining Wednesdays for Timeless Elite Wednesday with me. It has been super, super fun. There were some few solid matches. We still trying to figure it out, but we shall see what happens because it's going to be an interesting road, not just to Dynasty, but also Double or Nothing. I kind of would have loved it if Edge and Christian came out with chairs in their hands, but I think they may save it for Collision because I did like it when they came in with chairs and they just want to hit whoever. But solid matches all around. It did what it needed to do. And I am loving seeing that development. I mean, of course, we talk about the women's division, so we shall see what happens. But like I said, this wraps up, and I'm ready to go to bed early. I'm ready to go to bed early this time around. But you guys know where to find me on socials. You know where to catch me. Shout out to the rest of WWT crew where are doing amazing stuff. Shout out to TK Trinidad for really bringing the Women's Wrestling Archive. Make sure to check out my other siblings on the Kayfabe podcast tomorrow because they will be talking about Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Do not forget Friday's show because we will be doing bold predictions for NXT Stand and Deliver, which is also this weekend on Saturday. But if you are in New Jersey and if you're going to go to WrestlePro, feel free to catch up with me and say hello. It's going to be very fun. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Boza, Jordan from Canada, Jeffrey. I'm hoping I missed anybody. Eddie Foster for joining in. I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody because I'm seeing like who is Lewis Johnson for joining in the chat. Jonathan Lamby. Just want to thank everybody for joining in the chat. But thank you all for joining with me. You can always catch me. You can always catch me chirping periodically because I have to post my reaction video for Chris Jericho tonight. But thank you all for supporting Timeless Elite Wednesday. And also thank you for supporting Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. Have a great evening, everyone, and we'll see you back on Friday.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.